I made a mistake. I did not test out the code that I did from the last video, isspace, long enough. And I'm going to show you that mistake. Okay. So yeah, as you can see here, we didn't include parentheses. We need parentheses for this code to somewhat run, right? And something else. So let's go ahead and fix that real quick. We're gonna include parentheses and see if it runs well. It shouldn't, because we need to enter something else. So if I hit enter, it's just going to say hello blank. It accepts that as an input, right? And we don't want that. So if I put space, it'll accept it. And if I put a letter, it will accept it. Now if I do numbers, it's going to accept it. And that's the one thing that is weird about this code. It accepts that. Why? I have no idea, but something that fixes that passing of digits in this code, which we didn't want in the first place. That's what we wanted isalpha to check, right? To see if our code contained any digits. So if any of you guys are like big brained and know why, let me know. But if we do any, then it fixes that. If we do any or all, then it should fix this problem for us. But we're just gonna do any, and that should make sure that numbers shouldn't pass. So now it tells it to try again, as we've asked our computer to do. Now, if I hit enter, what happens? It asks to try again. Now that's a cool fix, right? So we fixed that issue for ourselves. It requires at least one of these things to pass through, right? If I put R, then it'll accept it. The dog's barking. Now if I put space, it's going to accept it, because we said if it's any like letter or if it contains any spaces, then our code should run. Let's go ahead and put rows, space, 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 G, space, space, space. Another thing that I don't like about this code that we left as is right now is that it includes all of the spaces. I'm glad that it removes all of the extra spaces after G, because we have the strip thing right over here, which basically strips away every extra space there is, besides the one in the middle of our string. So if I do space, 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 R, space, 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 G, and then all of those extra spaces, it's going to strip everything from the left of it and everything in the right, to the right of our input. But yeah, we've fixed that mistake that I did not catch, which was these parentheses and any, which actually has me thinking, can this run without the parentheses? I just want to know, to confirm that that is also one of the problems that we have. Yeah, it is. Okay, so make sure you have those parentheses and you add any if you want to make sure that the player does at least some kind of input, whether that be a space or whether that be a letter, then it'll continue to run. But yeah, we fixed that one error that we did, right? That's the thing about coding, is if you forget some kind of thing like a parentheses or a colon somewhere or indentation, then you'll run into an error. This one, it doesn't necessarily catch it in the program here, but we kind of know. What I don't want is spaces to be a valid input to our code, right? What I want is the option to just leave it at first name, like just rows, right? Or the option to have a space and say add an extra last name. So like, let's say Rose space G, right? So that's what I want. And stay tuned, because I'm for surely going to find that out within the next 30 minutes. So thanks for sticking around. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and support me on this journey of becoming a developer of some sort. All right. Annyeong, ciao, salud, nos vemos.